ugly aloud. Are you ready? Here we go. Fashion is the art. Designers are the gods. Models play the part of angels in the dark. Which one of you would ever dare to go against that beauty is a trade and everyone is paid? Fashionista. How do you look? Fashionista. How do you look? New York, London, Paris, Milan, Tokyo. I think it's in Japan. Asia.
She's got it all. A symbol of excellence. She's got it all. She's got it all. All the elements, a symbol of excellence. Shining, she is so flawless, incredible illusionist. Miss Gay America. Miss Gay America. The best of the best. She is beauty, she is grace. Perfect in every way. This gay America.
Good evening, everyone out there in Facebook land. It is your anchor of excellence, Miss Morgan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It has been a wild ride thus far this year. I am so excited to be here tonight with all of you viewers. So please do me a favor. Please hit that share button. The more people we bring in, the more people we have fall in love with the America system as much as I do. Your girl, Morgan, who is your anchor of excellence. But and also please ask questions in the comments. I'm going to keep a close eye because I know there's going to be lots of questions and lots of fun comments because we have the new 2026 Royal Court, which we're going to get into. I'm so excited, but I'm going to just dive right in because this person who was supposed to be my future husband by my side during my reign, but that's all right. That'll happen one day, but I love them so much. They are amazing. They are your reigning Gay America Esquire 2025, Christopher Inez Onyx. Let me just grab it. Hello, my love.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm going to fix this background real quick. I got so excited to introduce you. I was like, let me just, here we go. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
It's good to see
Thank
you.
you.
It's good to see you again. I keep saying that I feel like you are like my regular on the podcast, which is a huge
like
honor. First,
once a quarter, every couple months, we just sit and chit chat and have some fun.
I love that, and I love that. And I love what's really cool is we got to do a bunch this year, and then at nationals this year, we got to see each other every single day, which is. I met your partner as well that I heard so much about. So really cool. So how are things with you?
Good. I am back home. I just had a crazy weekend in Ohio. Had so much fun with my Ohio Esquire prelim. We got 2 more boys qualified. So now we are up to 11 gentlemen who are competing to be the next Gay America Esquire. And so super excited. Ohio was awesome because I'm actually originally from Ohio, not from Columbus, but I'm originally from Toledo. And so getting the opportunity to go back and perform and do whatnot in my home state is always fun.
Well, I love it, and I was along the ride with you watching the pictures.
Mhm.
I was so excited. You're like 2 contestants, and they qualify. It was just cool to watch the pictures and the photos.
And I ran that pageant. We were in and out. That was an efficient. We started at 5:05 and we finished critiques at 6:45. We were done and done. Let's do this.
I love that. Did they do during the day interview? Just is everything the same as it would be for the America? So we did the highlighted of the week of the Miss Gay America as well as the Femme Division from Nationals when you and I were there running back and forth in the hallway in the back. But also the viewers at home were able to see a little bit of what the day is like for the contestants. So it's the same. It's
Oh
for
goodness, yeah, it's definitely going to be the exact same, but between the divisions. So we start off the day with interview. We've got a little bit of a downtime in between, and then we go right into the competition itself. So I kick off with registration. They'll get changed for interview. They sit there with the judges and have some fun, let them know about themselves, and we go from there.
I love that. They better let them know about themselves. I love that. And I'm excited because I'm going to be there with you.
Yes, I'm so excited. So we have to come up with like a new video with all of the forever males that are a part of the male division.
I'm excited because I don't get to necessarily go to all the pageants for the Esquire division. And so I'm just excited to really immerse myself in the world. I might even now, just because I'm already like I'm digressing, and I know we have two fabulous people to bring out in just a minute. But I was talking to Casey Sunshine, who is the promoter for Esquire, Gay American Esquire, and talking about the formers and the brothers and the brotherhood. Right? So I'm sure it's going to roll off the tongue smooth for me, like saying I'm a brother of the brotherhood, even though I know I'm not. But like I just like part of the fact.
You can, and you don't even have to get in girl drag the entire week if you don't want to, unless you want to.
Oh, I'm going to give a little. I want to pick out all the Esquires and feeling my fantasy, but not the whole time. I'm going to let my hair down a little bit and just enjoy the moment too. So I'm going to be there. We're going to be doing it.
Awesome.
Do you want to tell the viewers at home when and where, and if they're not going to be able to make it there, how they can watch it? Are they going to be able to watch it at home?
I have to verify with Casey. I know that we were looking into having the contest live streamed, but the viewers at home, hopefully you are able to join us at Nationals. It's going to be May 1st in Kansas City, Missouri. We're going to be having a review show of some amazing forever Gay America title holders the day before on April 30th when we do registration. But May 1st, I will officially hand over the reins. I know that everyone's loved seeing my face, but it'll be May 1st will be 19 months to the day that I have reigned as title holder. And so I'm excited to see who takes over next and how they continue to grow the system in this division.
And I know it's gonna be such an emotional, fabulous ride for you that week too. It's that full circle ending for you. So congratulations on a great reign thus far too, though.
Thank you so much.
So last year, last pageant season, you had two others on your royal court.
Yes.
But they have now stepped down, and we have two Phoenix Rising as well. And they came through and they won the crowns, and they are now your royal court of 2026.
Yes.
So why don't we just bring them out? Let's just get started. And before I bring them out, I'm going to tell the viewers at home, please hit that share button, because the more people we bring in, the more we have you fall in love with the America system, just like myself and Christopher does as well.
Yes.
All right. So, I mean, I feel like we should do ladies first, right?
Yes.
So do you want to introduce her, or I can, either way, it doesn't matter.
Go ahead. I'll let you do it.
I'm just going to dive in. So we have Fabulous and Fierce. She's actually local to me, and it's been fun to see her journey from start to finish thus far. And I'm excited to see what she brings to the Femme division. She's just absolutely fabulous and fierce. She is your reigning Miss Gay America Femme 2026, Miss Anya Marino. Let me bring her in. Hello, Angel.
How are you?
Good. Looking gorge. I love a good red. Hair.
I know. I love a good red too.
I love it. So we're going to have you at home in just a moment, but let's bring on your also reigning Miss Gay America 2026, Tracy La Louisiane. Hello,
Hi.
Angel.
Hello.
Welcome to the royal court.
Here we are, baby.
We all made
Just
it.
Holding court here on Facebook, baby.
That's it.
Holding court.
Would I be like the jester of the court then? Is that what we're
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Which is quite all right. So why don't we do this first, just to kind of just dip our toes into the water for tonight's podcast. How about we have everyone go around and just introduce themselves, your title, and maybe just a fun fact about yourself. And Christopher, since you are a veteran to Let's Get Down to Excellence, would you mind starting off?
Sure. I would say hi, everyone. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. My name is Christopher Inez Onyx. I'm Gay America Esquire 2025. And a fun fact about myself is because everyone thinks it's so hilarious because I am so bougie, prim and proper is what folks say. But I grew up riding horses, and my uncle owned horses growing up. And so we riding horseback has been something that I've loved doing since I was a little kid. Got to the point even where at my cousin's graduation, we literally were playing tag horseback.
I love that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So now we need to go horseback riding, obviously.
Yes,
in
yeah,
the city.
so much fun.
If they have horses there, I'm assuming, right? So, Miss Gay America Femme, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure, happy to. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. My name is Ani Marino. I use she, her pronouns. I am Miss Gay America Femme 2026. And a fun fact about me is I have an embarrassingly large collection of Pop Mart toys, like really embarrassingly large collection of them.
See, now I wish it was like behind, you should have had it showcasing behind.
Oh, they are behind me. I'm just walking them right now.
Do you have a favorite? Do you like one that you like is your like catches your eye all the time?
Oh wow. I genuinely don't have a favorite, and that's because every time a new collection comes out, I immediately buy it, even though there are much better things that I could be doing with my money, but I still manage to buy them anyway. And
Now,
so no, go ahead, please.
I was going to say, just because I want to make sure I'm wrapping my pun intended, wrapping my head around it. It's where it's the dolls that have the bigger heads and the little bodies. Pop box, like
so not Funko Pop, but those are really cute too. Pop Mart are Labubu's, which were a huge craze throughout all of the summer and last spring, and I embarrassingly among the people who continue to collect even after the craze kind of died down in my area.
It's your thing. It's your thing. Now I know your theme for next year. No, I'm just kidding. I'm only kidding. Okay, and Miss Gay America, would you like to introduce yourself as well?
Absolutely. Hello, my name's Tracy La Louisiane, or Travis Guillory whenever I'm in this form. I was gonna get in drag, but then I texted Miss Anya Marino and said I'm gonna get in high whore drag, and she literally FaceTimed me and was like, absolutely not. So here I am, just as me. So I am your now reigning Miss Gay America. I currently live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I've got a lot of like fun facts about me, and I feel like I throw them into my talent performances, like used to be a news anchor and all these things, but I guess just recent fun fact, because it's in my brain, because I literally just got home. I was on a 4-day ski trip with my partner and their family, and did not break a bone. So Miss Monica Mitchell's still has a title holder, and we do not have to give that crown to Barbara Seville. There we go.
And Barbara Seville's like at her
baby, she was ready, honey. She said she's on a ski trip. Let me put my glasses on for this one.
I love
Babs was ready, honey.
I love that. And it looks like you because I saw one of the videos where you were, I guess you did a little clip where you were singing to Anya.
Yes.
And actually, can I just ask a question real quick? Am I saying your name correctly, Anya?
Yes, it is
Okay.
Anya.
Okay, just how you had a fabulous way of saying it, and I just wanted to make sure I was saying it correctly. But you were singing to her, but it looked like you were on a mountain, like you were like on a mountain. And
I was on a mountain. I was on a mountain, and I was just having like the gayest Sound of Music moment, and I was like, okay, I could be Maria Von Trapp, but then I was like, what if I channel my inner Anya Marino and just reach deep into the nether regions to pull out my best soprano that I can while I sing to the mountains. So I attempted to sing Climb Every Mountain. I didn't get very far, and I tried to sound like Anya, but then was unsuccessful. And then Miss Thing had the nerve to FaceTime me to sing Climb Every Mountain from The Sound of Music, so that a way I could hear what it's supposed to sound like. And in fact, I did not sound like Anya Marino singing Climb Every Mountain.
Christopher, do you sing?
I do, yes.
We have a moment. We're going to do a little. We need a little.
That's what we were hoping. We were like, if our new Gay America Esquire is also a singer, baby, the trio, the 3-part harmonies, honey, It's on.
That's
Mhm.
Can I
incredible.
just say one thing about that story that Tracy just shared is what I heard is to channel me involved assuming the role of a elderly nun,
Yes.
which I don't know how I feel about that.
Mhm. Baby, I got my walker on that mountain. I had my skis on with my walker. And I said, I feel like Anya Marino right now.
And you know what? I bet you, and I guarantee you would have hit that note, but the altitude was again. It's just the altitude. It was just the
so
altitude.
high. I was like 10,000 feet in the air. I mean, who could do that?
It looked like it. Now,
Anya Marino could do that.
You know, fun fact about Anya too. She was fierce the whole week that she was there, wearing her mask. She made sure that voice was protected the whole time. And I was like, always. I knew you sang, but and I knew you were probably going to sing for your talent. But I was like, is she sick? Is she like? And I just kept on trying to. No, you were protecting that moment, and it was just cool. You were smart, very smart. So.
Yeah, I had to protect the voice, but it was also extremely dry in Little Rock. So I was drinking plenty of tea to make sure that I remained hydrated and that the voice remained, safe.
Everything. Well,
yeah.
And here we are today.
I mean, it worked. So
yeah, hello. So why don't we dig in a little bit? Because like I said, I have a ton of questions, and I definitely want to, Christopher, I want you to definitely give a little bit to the audience, because I know you have to scoot off in a little bit. So I want to make sure we get to you and have you answer a few questions now, if that's okay.
Mhm.
So then whenever you're ready to go, you can give us the love.
Let's do it.
So the Esquire division is something new and exciting. And I'm so excited to be able to showcase that when I'm out there. And hopefully I can give it exactly what, if not more, than what we did for the highlights for the MGA and the Femme division, because it was absolutely spectacular. And I'm just excited to immerse myself in the world. But I do, so start off the first question. So, and I've had you on multiple episodes, and I know that all the audience out there loves and adores you. But I kind of want to start off by asking, what drew you to the America system and Esquire, we'll say?
Well, I think first off is recognizing too that like Esquire as a division is new as far as name, but that the America system has had a male division on and off since 1983, and with Ronnie as our very first Mr. Gay All-American. And so not only that, but the male division, having that male division, it also is the oldest and running male division contest in the country. So we've got it with Miss Gay America, and the history of what the male division is within the America system is also the longest running that predates any other male contest within the drag pageantry world. But what drew me to America, I always say, is being here in Arizona. Arizona is hardcore a America state. And everyone that I've kind of grown up, because there were other systems that really got me interested in pageantry to begin with, because I had a friend who is a former Mr. Arizona US of A, and I was like, I didn't realize boys could do this. So sign me up. I am here for this. But over time and just in my career, I've always been around the America system. One of my drag mothers is a former Miss Arizona, has done extremely well at the national level, Miss Savannah Stevens, and that love that she has for the system is infectious. Anyone who knows Savannah knows that she lives and breathes the America system, and it just rubbed off. And when the opportunity came up, I really kind of thought about the fact that Gio is my brother. He has crowned me Mr. Phoenix Pride. He was the Mr. Phoenix Pride before me. And when Mr. Gay America came back in 2017, I was actually his dresser because he competed that year. And when he finally won, I was like, maybe it's my turn to do this. Maybe it's my chance. So, because I had never done national pageantry before, I'd never competed for a national contest. I've been in the background supporting contestants, from dressing Gio to being in talents. I was a promoter for US of A for several years. And so I've had the experience in all the facets, except for putting myself out there and putting myself on that stage. And it just felt like the right time. That contest was back at the Rose Room for the first time. And I was like, this feels like a Kismet moment. Maybe Gio can crown me again. So let's do this.
And that was your first, it was a one and done for you.
Yes, it was.
Everything.
First time.
I thought that was going to happen for me. It did not, which is quite all right. It's quite all right. So you it's 19 months. You said 19 months.
Nice. So yes, when I stepped down, I was crowned Mr. Gay America 2024 back on October 1st, 2024. I was announced as a contestant in July of 2024. So this has been my life for it'll be well over 2 years when I step down.
So, can you tell the viewers at home and us as well? How does that feel? Like, what does that feel like? I know it's probably like a lot of labor of love, a lot of
Mhm.
commitment, but what does it feel like being the face of Esquire for such a longer period of time than it would be for just a 12-month pageant
I
season?
mean, for me, it's given me the opportunity to really help people appreciate that although there is some level of change happening with the change of ownership, that doesn't mean that this is going away. And I've really focused on stabilizing. I do have growth as far as prelims from previous times, but we'll get back to the point. Sorry, Sasha.
You're protected. You are protected.
Oh, yes.
But I want to see the dog come out and be this little tiny little dog.
Oh no, she's a staffy, so she's a big girl. But my focus this year has really been on stabilizing. We're going to get back to a point where we see 30, 40 contestants at the national level. But for me right now, it's really focusing on the people who want to be a part of the America system and who want to truly believe in its growth.
Yeah. Well, and I know all the viewers at home and everyone coming out is gonna give the love and everything to you, and I know it's going to be super exciting too. So, do we have a theme? Is there a theme?
Yes, there is. So my theme is extra, extra, black, white, and red all over. It is an avant-garde fashion show. So I have encouraged the gentlemen to bring together their best runway look that is either traditional materials used in non-traditional ways or completely non-traditional materials altogether.
I'm so excited for that. So excited for that. So I do want to, not to put you on the spot, but I want to make sure I want to kind of put this in before, because I know you're going to have to go in just a short bit, but you have your royal court all set up. We're all here. You have your Miss Gay America, Tracy La Louisiane, as well as Miss Gay America Femme, Anya Marino. Is there anything you want to say to them as this is the start of your season together?
I mean, buckle up. I know that both of you have had a lot of experience kind of being individuals that the country has fallen in love with, but this is an experience unlike any other. You're going to make lifelong friendships and lifelong places. It's going to take you to places that you never could imagine or never ever could dream that a contest like this could take you to. It's great that we get the opportunity to like do what we do from the drag side of things, but there's so much more. It's so much bigger than the drag.
Yeah. And hopefully we get to see y'all in a car together with your sunglasses on.
It'll either, if not with me, whoever is the next one, I hope you guys have an amazing time with that gentleman.
So, and then will they be coming out for Esquire as well? Or is that how?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm asking all these questions like I'm like checking the boxes off here. But no, I'm just excited to get to see the three of you together, and that will be the first time together. Correct? It will be the first time.
Yes.
Okay. Fun. It'll be a fun experience, and I know the viewers at home are going to love that as well. Is there anything that you want to tell everyone at home a little bit about you, or something that you want to put out there? Maybe a charity that you have, or
Yeah, definitely can talk about. So All Rain, I have been raising funds for an organization that's really important to me called Aunt Rita's Foundation. Every time I do a crown number at a prelim, all the money from that goes into the little fund. We're getting ready to do AIDS Walk Arizona here in a couple weeks, and Aunt Rita's Foundation is the organization that puts it on. In addition to putting on AIDS Walk Arizona, they also are just kind of the premier HIV and AIDS organization here in the state. They have free HIV testing kits that they mail out. So if you're not comfortable going into a space to get tested, you can have that test mailed to your home, and there's instructions. You can talk to someone about your test results, whether it's positive or negative. And they do a really great job of connecting individuals to care. But my favorite program of theirs is a program called Experience Experience Escapades, which is for individuals who are over the age of 50 who are living with HIV. Once a month, they take them out to different things that they do throughout the month, and it's free of charge to those individuals. And if they need help with transportation, it's free of charge, and they take care of their transportation. But really, a lot of individuals who are of that age, who have sometimes been living with HIV for 20, 30 years, they live with survivor's guilt. They watched many people around them lose their lives to this virus, and it allows them to find fellowship and connection where they may not have had that in the past.
Yeah, that's amazing. I hope that, and I'm sorry, where is that based out of? We're Phoenix?
It's in Arizona. Yeah, so it's here in Phoenix. It's called Aunt Rita's Foundation.
Well,
it started off as literally a bake sale to raise funds to help individuals with their hospital bills and purchasing food and different things like that, and has grown into an organization that partners with 13 other organizations to make sure that people have the resources they need, not only just for folks living with HIV, but those who are HIV negative, so that they can remain HIV negative.
Well, I hope that it gets more out there and goes national and all that stuff, because it's just inspiring just hearing just the way that you're uplifting people that are kind of down and out sometimes too. So, and just taking them for a moment in the day, because they're usually probably in their zone doing their medications, going to treatments or whatever they're doing. And then this is just one moment that they can just let their hair down. So it's amazing. So thank you. Thank you for sharing that too.
Absolutely.
So do you want me to let you go now? But if I do, that means
I'm looking at the time, and yes, I do have to jump off now.
Okay.
But
yes. We appreciate you joining us tonight. I know the viewers at home love seeing you. And don't worry, I'm going to get you on one more time here before
for sure
the final.
Pass it along.
Yes. But thank you so much for joining us tonight. And we look forward to seeing you again. And definitely follow Christopher Inez Onyx on Facebook and the social medias, but also on Gay America Esquire is on Facebook too. So please follow Gay America Esquire. And
tickets available for the pageant on sale right now. You can get those on our website at gayamericaesquire.com.
That's right. All right, honey. Thank you so much.
All right, have a good one, y'all.
Bye, hubby.
Bye.
Bye, hubby.
Now listen, I had Christopher first, okay? Even before.
Well, look, he just left to practice for whenever he divorces us and abandons us on May 1st. He's just practicing for the abandonment.
Oh my goodness. He's just getting prepared. This looks better. It was like up in my face, the screenshot. So hello. I'm so excited to get to talk to the both of you. We're gonna dig deep, if that's okay. We're gonna dig in there for the viewers at home, because I feel that both of you are an open book. You are always transparently yourself, and you keep it hot, honest, open, and transparent. And that's what I love about you. You're always your authentic selves. And I can't wait to just jump in. So why don't we start off a little bit about each, why don't we go around the two of you and just say where you're from, maybe your career aside from pageantry, whether it be just performing or what other careers you have. And then we could talk a little bit about, maybe if you have a partner or a family life or anything you want to share, just kind of to start the groundwork. Anya, you want to start, love? Ladies first, always.
Happy to. I grew up in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, born and raised, then moved to the Mid-Atlantic to Maryland in 2002 for college and remained for law school. By day, I work as my trade is that of a lawyer, but I work as a C-suite executive at Advocates for Trans Equality, which is the national social justice organization that advocates for trans and non-binary people nationwide. And I oversee the litigation, direct services, and policy advocacy that we do at both the state and federal level. And then I'm also on faculty at the University of Maryland School of Law, where I teach a legal clinic and accompanying seminar on gender, sexuality, and the law.
Mm-hmm. And so, aside from your hobby of collecting the I don't even know what they're called. That's what the
Lugubus.
Thank you. I'm horrible. I'm old. I'll just say I'm old. So where you live at now? You said
I live in Maryland. So I'm a little bit south of you, but I live between DC and Baltimore, since work
Okay.
takes me between both cities. It made sense to kind of be centralized between the two cities.
Very nice. And you live alone? Do you have a
I
roommate?
have a roommate, my friend David Richardson. He and I have been friends now for a good, I think, 16 years at this point. We met while I was in law school, and we've just remained friends. And he's seen me through the entirety of my journey, when I was concealing my identity, to when I finally came out and expressed to the world who I was again, because I initially came out actually during undergrad and then concealed my identity again when I went to law school. And then when I finally came out again, he was among the people, of course, was like, water is wet, the sky is blue, the Pope is Catholic, congratulations, I love you. And we've maintained a really, really close friendship since, and I call him my lavender husband.
I love that.
Yeah.
You're like I have to say, you're like a triple threat. You have a crown, you're gorgeous, and you're smart. Like,
Well, but
And you're right.
any of the beauty I can't attribute to genetics. My parents are both beautiful, but I had the help of some very, very talented plastic surgeons. So there is that.
Well, gorgeous, and I just adore you. You're gorgeous as well, Tracy. I just want you to know
It's fine. It's fine. I get it. I get it. He was like, "You're gorgeous. You have a crown. You're smart." And I'm like, "I can't wait to hear what I am."
Well, I have to hear your intro first, and then I'll let you know. No, why don't please introduce yourself to the world?
Yeah. Well, hello. Again, my name's Tracy La Louisiane. I am your reigning Miss Gay America 2026. I am from a small little Cajun town in Louisiana. Grew up in Cajun country, lost the accent because I became a news reporter and a news anchor down there. And then that's actually what brought me to Tulsa, Oklahoma, where I still currently live. And I've had a couple career changes since my news anchor days. I was a real estate marketing director for a large luxury real estate company. And then now I am the executive director of Theater Tulsa, which is the oldest and largest nonprofit theater company in Oklahoma. Actually, the 7th oldest theater company in the nation. On this side of the Mississippi, having been around for, it'll be 104 years. I was not around for all 104 of those. I just got there like 2 years ago. But yeah, so now I got one dream job, and then now I got another dream job.
Yeah.
And I started doing drag actually about 3 years ago. I only started dabbling in pageantry. I did my first pageant ever, which was Miss Gay Tulsa America, less than 2 years ago. Became Miss Oklahoma America. Totally like, oops. I always said I was not a pageant queen. I did not see myself doing pageants. I thought that was a whole lane that was just kind of reserved for, I don't know who, but not me. Not that little cabaret clown that was over there like singing musical theater songs and having really bad Trixie Mattel makeup. Look up the pictures, they're fun. But yeah, so I jumped into pageantry. I won Miss Gay Tulsa America, Miss Gay Oklahoma America, went to nationals last year for the first time, had an amazing experience. I can put it into words, but like there's too many words for the context of like this Facebook Live of what you go through as a contestant at Miss Gay America at the national pageant. And so I just absorbed so much. I was like a sponge last year. I made it into the top 10, and with you, Miss Morgan.
Yeah.
And I will never forget that little switcheroo you did for presentation where you were Glenda and you came on.
Oh my God.
I was like, is this woman about to turn around and come out in 3 minutes in an entire, and
They were yelling at me. They said, not yelling, but they were like, Morgan, you
had some angry dressers. And yeah, and so I then went and did Miss Gay Gulf Coast America, which, by the way, won Best Regional Preliminary of the Year and Best Promoter, like regional promoter for our first year, Miss Gay Gulf Coast, which was actually a really fun experience. Not only was it great to kind of be the first Miss Gay Gulf Coast America, but that was actually the first time that my mom got to see me compete because it was in New Orleans, and that's kind of back in my home area. And so that was a really special moment. My mom and my aunt came, and that was really cool. And then came and won Miss Gay America this year. And so, which was also a really fun experience because my partner was competing for Miss Gay America Femme the same exact week. So they were dressing me and then competing, and then dressing me and then competing. And so I was just so proud of Kalea because they really, again, for going the first year, making top 10, coming in the same placement that I came in my first year, was such a cool experience. And then to top it off, walking away with the crown was just, I mean, I keep telling people it's surreal, but I think surreal doesn't even describe what it feels like, especially for me, for somebody who, one, started drag like later in life. I was almost 30 when I started drag, when most people, you know, start in their early 20s or, you know, like even late teens. But just to have had such a short drag journey, but such a long journey in like my careers, and like I have a degree in PR and I did news and I know branding and so really bringing all of that to my art and my drag, and bringing all of Travis to Tracy was just really cool, because it's like, it's one of those things where you're always working hard and you're doing things, but you don't really know what it's for. And like, you don't really know what the next big thing is. You're just like enjoying the process, and you're working and you're like making life decisions and moving to new cities and things. And just becoming Miss Gay America has been the most validating thing, I think, for me, because all of the things that I've done in my life, even like as a kid, like me starting theater when I was like 10 years old, and like I like wrote and composed and produced musicals like in my late teens, like, you know what I mean? It was just like, oh, it's like that kid is gonna be Miss Gay America one day. It's just that kid didn't know that drag was the vehicle that would get me to where I can really like blossom and thrive.
Love it. It's just really cool because so for people that are at home, if you're tuning in first off, if you're tuning in for the first time, please hit that share button. The more people we bring in, the more people we have fall in love with the America system as much as we do. So I just want to make sure I'm saying that because I adore the two of you too. And I just want everyone to get to see you. What was really cool for the viewers at home is that for the week of the pageants season, for the national pageant for the week in January in Little Rock, Arkansas, I had the honor and opportunity to do this podcast there. So I got to see the two of you from start to finish. And it was just really cool because not only were you both consistently yourselves and just so pleasant to be around and just so warm and approachable, but then even after when the crown was put on both your heads and the excitement and the pictures, and then I got to walk up to both of you, which was a huge honor. Thank you for allowing me to, or letting me do that, to like do a quick video. Just the energy from the both of you was almost the same, where it was like you were still in shock, still excited.
We were blacked out, babe. We don't remember you coming up to us.
I have it on video. We'll play it in a minute. But it was just like, just that euphoric feeling that you both were having. It was just really cool to be that close to that energy. So thank you. And just, I wish I could have the viewers at home understand fully what that felt like, because the three of us know, which was cool. So congratulations yet again. Anya, so we know that Tracy's just started doing drag last month. So how long, I'm just kidding.
Literally.
How long have you been performing for?
Oh, wow.
As far as like, I know, I don't mean to cut you up, but like, I know you have that beautiful talent of singing. But as far as like, I guess pageantry and performing on stages and stuff in that aspect of it, how long have you been doing that?
So drag performance, I probably began around age 18. I won't say how, well, no, I'm 42. So it's
I'm 44. It's all right.
Yeah. So it's been more than 20 years at this point. But I would say that performance on stage I've done probably since my very like my youth, I began studying dance at age 4 and danced from age 4 until age 14. Had my first really big gig when I was 8, when I performed on stage with Liza Minnelli and Audrey Hepburn. Yeah, in a production that was produced by Roy E. Disney and directed by June Taylor. It was a big deal. Tracy's face right now is like, "Girl, are you serious?"
Just for like, is there video of it and all?
I assume that there is likely video of rehearsals at somewhere out there. Certainly, my folks have photos of me from when I performed. I look very different back then than, of course, I do now. Although I expressed myself almost exactly the same. So it was no big secret to anyone when I initially came out as trans back in 2000, 2003, 2004, when I was 19 or 20 years old. So it's been a very long time. But yeah, began doing drag actually as a dare for a show that was being done at school, and I got I got hooked, but initially didn't want to do it because I felt like I was going to disclose something about myself that I had done a really good job of concealing for such a really long time. And I knew that the moment that I embraced it, I was not going to be able to turn back from who that person really is, who I really am. And it turned out to be an extremely liberating experience. And I haven't really looked back, but for those few years where I kind of put everything on hold when I was studying law.
And that when you say law, like you have to do what is it, the bar exam and all that?
Yeah,
like,
licensed in 3 jurisdictions.
Like Tom Cruise in The Firm kind of moment, like running around.
No, can't say I've had any of those salacious or horrific moments that are detailed in any of John Grisham's stories. But do my best to always practice ethically.
Yeah.
And to zealously advocate for all the people that I represent.
So you did touch upon. So did you? What I wanted to first ask, because there's so many questions I have for the both of you. So first, I want to ask, what was the character that you were playing that you were dared to play? Was it?
Oh, I mean, it was just a drag show. Like, truly, it wasn't.
You just did a number.
Yeah, just did a number.
Okay.
I looked hideous.
I can't imagine that, but
it's been quite a transformation over the years between having a number of mentors both in Maryland and also in Florida, and a shout out to many of them. So in Maryland, among the many people that I watched and was inspired by include, of course, Sabrina White, who is also a former Miss Gay America, and Champagne Douglas, who is a former Miss Gay Maryland and a former Miss Gay DC America as well. And then in Florida, I grew up around a lot of the Florida FI girls. So shout out to Nikki Adams, to Erica Norell, to Champagne Bordeaux, to Amy DeMilo, and to all of the people really across this country who've really inspired me to kind of just embrace all of the different facets of who I am. And
Liza Minnelli too. And
Liza Minnelli too, among the many.
I didn't hear anything you said after Liza Minnelli, by the way. I didn't catch any of what you just said. That's insane.
It's cool. That's very cool. So Tracy, I love that you said that you're on this side of the what did you say? This side of Mississippi?
This side of the Mississippi River.
I was like,
because all current America title holders, baby, the diversity is through the roof. We represent all the time zones here. We've got East Coast, we're all in different time zones. It's so cool.
And you're central?
Yeah.
You're central. And then
in Oklahoma.
In Oklahoma. Oh, love that. Is that where the wind blows?
Sweeping down the plain, baby.
And I am not a musical kind of gal. So, But I know you'll start teaching me through the years of through this year all the needs to know. So you're in Oklahoma and you live with your partner then?
Yeah, yes. Actually, Kalea just left to go and pick up a friend who is coming over and whatnot. So they it's really like to live with another drag queen like is a whole experience in and of itself. But now that one of us is a national title holder, like and look, we're really good about keeping all the drag in the drag room. Like, well, unless we're prepping for a pageant, because then
Sure.
like the dining room table, the kitchen, it's just like rhinestone hell everywhere. But we keep it pretty. But we're currently having the conversation of where are we going to put all of this stuff, because now that I'm gonna, and it's interesting because having only done drag for less than 3 years and only really have done pageants for a little under 2 years, I don't have a closet that, you know, people who have been competing in pageants and have all these gowns and everything. It's like I've got a handful of all the things that I need, and I've been growing my closet, of course, over time. But the way that my closet is about to expand. Shout out to Blair Williams for being the exact same size. And I say the exact same size. She's like a size smaller than me, but I fit in all her stuff. So that's where I'm going to get a lot of things. But yeah, so we're currently trying to figure out where we're going to put all the drag. But yeah, me and Kalea keep it drag friendly, but we keep it all in its own little like apocalyptic, like just blend of wigs and everything.
I love it. So how long have you two been together?
About 1.5 years, 2 years. Yeah. And we kind of met like on like performing and stuff. And I mean, I came into drag in a very different way. I didn't do like the open talent nights and things like that. It's kind of funny. It wasn't a dare, but I was asked to basically start doing drag. Because I'd done theater, you know, my whole life, I was asked to audition for a play called The Legend of Georgia McBride, which is about drag queens. And I fully, like, I knew I could perform, and, you know, I had that musical theater background, but I hadn't really done drag seriously. And so, like, I'm trying to like nutshell this story. And so I got the role of Tracy Mills, who was like the older drag mother, like very experienced, just, you know, and which was, so I was like, and so the producing company had called in a professional to come and teach me and the other guy who was, you know, cast as the drag queen to like how to do a quick mug. So shout out to Taylor Madison Monroe for coming. And baby, we looked awful. But then the other drag queen, or the other actor who was cast as like my drag daughter, kind of, a few months later started doing drag and became Vanessa Rain, who then became Miss Gay Arkansas America. And I was like, wait a minute, Darren is over there doing drag, winning titles. Hold up, I you know what I mean? And so then I started doing drag, but I was like, I don't really see Tracy as like a club kind of gal. And so I had already done some cabarets, like some kind of one-man shows. And I was like, oh, what if I just start doing those in drag? And then those started selling out, and like it was like, who's this like Tracy girl who's over there in the periphery, like whatever. But then I eventually did like kind of get into the fold of like the local drag scene here, and then that's like where I met Kalea. But yeah, so like my drag journey was like so unconventional, but it got me here. So
here we are.
No notes.
I love it. So, okay, so we're going to switch gears a little bit, because I just want to go back to the basics of who the two of you are. All right. For like fun fact, do we do coffee in the morning?
Yeah.
Like, what do we put in our coffee?
I like mine black. I do 2 cups black. I'm like an Americano kind of like, I want like coffee. I don't want frou frappe, mocha chocolate, we don't do that here.
Are you now? I know you probably drink tea because you're always taking care of your vocals, but do you drink coffee as well?
I drink both. I'd say most of the year I'm a chai person,
Like a dirty chai or chai?
just regular chai.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
And then when I do have coffee, I am someone who likes the frou-frou. So beginning in late November and really until it starts warming up, I tend to do like a peppermint mocha. I enjoy that.
Are you a pumpkin spice girly?
I am not a PSA girl at all. I don't like it. It's too
PSA.
sweet.
Well, this is good to know. So this way, when we're all waking up in Kansas City, I'll drink anything, to be honest with you. I don't. Just as long as I get the caffeine in the morning, I'm good to go because I need at least a little pick me up, and then that energy comes. And once that energy kicks, everybody watch out because my Virgo is just on overdrive, just getting it done.
You're a Virgo?
Mhm.
When's your birthday?
September 7th. Are you a Virgo?
September 6th.
Shut
September
up.
29th.
What is it?
September 29th.
Baby, this is a Virgo's groove right here, baby.
Well, I'm
They
not a
don't-
Virgo.
No, you're not.
You're
You're
like,
right.
like
You're
you're
right.
right
You're not.
there. You're right
You're
there.
there.
I'm sure according to some new astrological whatever you are.
We're September babies. That's all. We're
Yeah.
September babies. So what I'm getting at, why I'm asking about the coffee and stuff, is that I want people to see it, like hear a little bit about what your day is like, who you are on your day. Like, so you get up. Do we go to the gym? Do we go shop on Amazon in the morning? Like I just want to kind of like paint a little bit of picture for people at home of who you are. Anya, I'm gonna hit you first because I know we work hard. I know we both work hard, or us three work hard, and you do performances and stuff. But like, what do you do when you have a day off?
I'm a homebody. So I really enjoy waking up, driving over to Starbucks, getting my frou-frou coffee. I'm gonna keep saying that from now on, Tracy. And then I'll probably get some egg white bites also because I like those sous vide egg white bites. I think they're really delicious. And then I return home, make it through some of my personal email that I frequently ignore during the week because my jobs keep me quite occupied.
Mhm.
And then I spend time with my fur baby, who's sadly with her grandparents right now because she needed a break from me.
Oh.
No, it's more so that it made sense for her to spend time with her grandparents and kind of go on an extended vacation while I was traveling back and forth
Sure.
between Arkansas and Maryland. So
You haven't seen her since you've been back, or
no, I get to see her when we're down in Florida in a few weeks.
yeah?
And shortly after orientation, I'm going to join my folks over in Fort Myers where they live, and I will retrieve Naya and bring her back with me home. So she and I will be inseparable again. And she travels everywhere with me. So when I do travel, typically she's right beside me.
Hmm.
And she'll be the unofficial mascot of Femme. And I'm having some jewelry made for her to match mine.
Oh, I love that.
And
That melts my heart.
yeah, so I am very bougie.
Are
and
you really doing like the dog merch?
I really am doing the dog merch. Dan, please tell me we're doing the dog merch because I know that you're watching right now, and I'm really excited about us doing the dog merch.
Let me say, Dan's always good about watching. Dan will definitely keep us posted. Wait, here we go. Well, Dan was talking about the coffee shop in Kansas City, so we're here we go.
It's official.
It's official. Dan's the best. Dan's just amazing. Has done so many great things with merch for the America system, and just keeps it fresh. And I think that's an amazing idea. So you say you're a homebody. So do you like to cook? I mean, from what I'm seeing, it looks like your house is crisp, like clean, all put together. Like, do you like to cook and like candles and all that stuff?
Definitely enjoy candles. I can cook, but I don't enjoy cooking, especially not if it's just for me. So I do a really mean takeout, and or I do a really mean going out to eat. But I also enjoy grocery shopping. So I do a cook occasionally.
What's What's your mean takeout? Like if you were gonna just like, all right, it's time to pick. What's your go-to takeout place?
My go-to takeout place. This is embarrassing.
This is what I want to hear. I want to hear the deets.
I love Hooters wings.
Yeah.
Atta girl.
That's our girl. I know where we're going. Hold on.
I love Hooters chicken wings. So I
cannot wait whenever we have a prelim together. We're going to Hooters.
You better. I want pictures.
Oh my gosh, and we can both put in applications. I can go in drag.
We should
And we
definitely
can both put in applications, baby.
Yeah,
a third job, because we need a third career. The two
Yes.
of us.
Period.
So.
Period. Well, that's no. I get it. The wings. I got it. But I'm assuming you sometimes will go there then and try it. Is there Hooters around? Like I don't even know where there's Hooters at. Is it in?
We have
Maryland?
Hooters here in Maryland.
I just don't. I haven't been to a Hooters since I was 16 years old. So I ran away. I saw one Hooter and I was out.
And I got a pair.
We know. We know. So well, fab. I love that, and I love that, and I love you, Tracy. What's your day like when? Say if you have a day off, because I know you're probably a busy gal too. So if you have a day off, what do you do?
Yeah. So and this sounds like dumb and cliche, but like I kind of don't get days off because and like you get that, Anya. It's like we don't have like a 9 to 5 kind of job, but like for me, because I'm very fortunate that everything I do is in the entertainment industry. Like it just kind of never sleeps. And so even though like my day job is like nonprofit executive director of a large theater, that's like a lot of night, weekend kind of stuff, administrative stuff during the day. But then it's like, if it's like a Tuesday and I don't have much going on, then like Tuesday's my day off that week. Yeah. But then like the next week, I might have a super busy Tuesday. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like a typical day for me is kind of waking up, assessing what my day might look like, doing like checking the emails and stuff. But like I start like sitting, laying on my couch with my multiple cups of black coffee just to like get into the groove. And then probably like meetings and stuff with people, but like, it's always fun meetings because a lot of the meetings that I have are about people, or other organizations that want to partner with Theater Tulsa who like want to just do some cool stuff, or like people that want to co-produce things with us. And so, I'm so lucky that the majority of my work conversations are, with super passionate, inspiring people. But like, of course, then I have like this side of my job that's like accounting and like all that like not fun stuff. And then like my day typically goes into like there's always something in the evening, whether that's like a board meeting. I'm also on the board of Oklahomans for Equality, which is, since there was a center in Oklahoma City that closed, I believe that's now like the only 2S LGBTQIA plus center in this region that I know of. There are probably some maybe in Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, but in terms of Oklahoma, that's kind of it. And so I might have board meetings for things like that, or I might have rehearsals for shows that I'm actively involved in. I'm actually currently directing and choreographing a production of You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, which is a multi-generational theater experiment. I've got 4 casts. I've got a cast of kids, teens, adults, and senior citizens. And I'm super excited about it because I was like, as I was developing programming for this season, I was like, what are some things that like can maximize the impact in this community and work with people who don't get as many opportunities? And so like I'm currently directing and choreographing that, but then literally in 2 weeks, I start directing a production of Gypsy, which is like one of my favorite musicals of all time. And so I've got like multiple shows that I'm actively working on, also shows that I am also kind of overseeing. Like I might have to go to a dress rehearsal at the Performing Arts Center we just did the regional premiere of Frozen at the Tulsa PAC. So like I was there when I would like do rehearsals. And then if it's one of those days where like, oop, it's 9 p.m., got to get in drag and go to Club Majestic to go work me down, or like whatever I need to do.
Work me down.
Work me down. And they do. So yeah, like my days are kind of all over the place. I don't really have like days off or like weekends, but I have like those pockets of time where I like make time for myself because I have to for my mental sanity.
Well, and I think that's the biggest thing. And I know that the two of you are definitely going to find a good balance throughout this year of like making sure you have time for yourselves and having that moment, and not even joking, like taking that sip of coffee and just taking that breath for yourself, because it's going to be a fun ride. And I know that America as a whole is going to be seeing you on both your journeys and just fall in love with you more and more each day. And everyone's going to want to come and love you up because, you know, you're very, the both of you are very approachable and warm. Like I said at the beginning of this, and I know that everyone is just going to feel that vibe from you because that's what you give off. So, which is going to be cool to see. So make sure you take time for yourselves, 100%.
I feel like that's going to be one of our biggest challenges too. I mean, because like, okay, like I run a nonprofit theater company. Like Anya is over here, like literally saving the world over there. I'm kind of gesturing to you, but I'm also grabbing your tit right there.
Well, that's me. You got to go to the other side.
Right here.
But yeah,
I feel I'm so like lucky that I have a femme that's also just an incredibly accomplished woman who's doing like literal life-changing stuff in her like neck of the woods. And I mean, like, I'm not over here curing cancer or anything, but it's like creating space for like adults to like have a safe space, and for queer kids, like we do. And I know we're both going to try to continue with our careers and with being Miss Gay America and Miss Gay America Femme, because I think for both of us, there's kind of no other option. Like, I don't think Anya can just drop what she has. I can't just drop what I have. We have, you know, way too much of responsibility. But I mean, even for me now, it's like it's like having to literally tell yourself to check out and like clock out, which is hard to do whenever you're just like hustling gals, like the three of us, you know.
I call it recharge, reboot, refresh. That's what I call it, because you must. And I would say it's a Virgo thing, but I know Anya's not a Virgo, so we're just gonna say it's a September baby thing where we just have to do everything.
The drive, it's exhausting.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
I know.
no chill. It's fine.
No chill.
No.
Absolutely none.
That's not to toot my own horn. I'm literally in my doctorate's program right now. I work full time as a nurse. I also do the pageantries. I also have this anchor of excellence moment here. I have my wonderful partner, and we're just more. So like I'm there with you. I'm on the ride with the two of you. Like,
and the thing about that, because I do the same thing. You just keep adding things for no reason, for no good reason, because like we have so much free time and we're so bored with what we're doing that we're like, you know what? I'm going to also start this thing. You know what? I'm going to join this board. I'm going to we just keep doing that. But it's like the best flaw to have.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just having that much drive.
The benefit right now is my new thing is I'm making sourdough bread. So now I at least have something I can munch on.
Oh, honey, Miss Morgan's about to open up a bakery up there, honey.
No, I don't have time for all that. Is anybody wanting to sponsor? So okay, we're already at an hour, which is fine, and people are loving you all up right now too with the chats and just still watching too, which is absolutely fierce, and it's just a testament to the two of you. So why don't we talk a little bit about the pageant week? I want to go back. We will go back to. I want to talk more about what makes you you, but let's talk about the pageant week. Tracy, I'm going to start with you, just because it's kind of how the week started. And I know you were wearing red the whole time. Don't worry. I know who you are.
Oh, I've got a fun story about that.
I got you. So let's talk about personal interview. And then Anya, I'm going to have you pop in for personal interview too. Let's talk about maybe your vision of maybe what you thought you wanted to do for personal interview, then maybe what happened, and then your reflection of it in however order you want to do that.
Yeah. No. Okay. So personal interview is my favorite category because you you only have like a cumulative 20 minutes in front of the judges the entire week. And they're also seeing so many other people and stuff. So it's really cool just to have that, 6-7 minutes to just sit there and be the only person that they're focusing on. And that it, and what I learned last year, because I think, and I have been saying this, and it's going to be like one of my goals as Miss Gay America is to like break this all across the country. There is such a huge gap and divide in the mindset of how personal interview is run, how judges behave, the types of question they ask between state and regional pageants and the national level. When you walk into a national personal interview at Miss Gay America, it is a professional kiki. You walk in, they are so excited to see you. If you're strategic like me and you switch numbers to do talent first, because I want them to see my talent the night before, so that way they're excited to talk to me the next morning. For any of my talent girlies out there, that's the way to do it. But it's like when you walk in, and every single contestant, like they want to know about you. They are excited to talk to you. And it's so not just like so sit down and tell us a little bit about yourself. It's like, girl, oh my God, I loved your talent last night. How'd you come up with that? Sit down, baby. Let's talk. Like,
Well, the judging panel,
that's
the judges were
literally
amazing.
how the national interview is run, which is so kind of counterintuitive to what you would think, because I think a lot of these girls at the state and regional levels are like, oh, it's this like very rigid professional interview. But it's like, no, like just go and have fun with the judges. And like, they don't care about drag even half the time. They just want to get to know you a little bit. And it's literally like what we're doing right now, because they can see your drag. They can see you have nice gowns, whatever, who cares? They want to get to know who you are as a person. They want to know your backstory. They want to know how you got here, where you want to go from here.
Yeah.
And so like I walked out of my interview last year, like mind blown. I actually ended up winning best overall interview my first year last year. And I was so caught off guard because I was like, I barely even said the things that I practiced. You know what I mean? It's like you walk in and you have all these things and you think you know what they want you to say and you want to sound like Miss Gay America, but no, you have to just sound like yourself. Because at the end of the day, America, for me, I think, is a personality pageant. They want to know who you are as a person and see how that comes through in all of the facets of your package. And they really get the bulk of that in interview. And so I was so excited to go into interview this year because I knew that that's what it was going to be like. And I know Anya can attest to this too. Like the 5 judges that we had were just so warm and so wonderful, and just truly, truly wanted to know about each contestant. And I know that they were like, oh, like we only have 6 or 7 minutes. You know what I mean? It's like you want to just keep talking to them. And that's really the way a pageant interview should be. Like, we're all just playing dress up and having fun. Why does this have to be cold and rigid? Like when a contestant walks into the room, be excited to see them because a lot of them, that's their worst category, like their weakest category that they hate. And so it's like, be warm, be welcoming.
Yeah, Monica even had said, and they said it multiple times, and I even have it on videos too. This was their favorite part of the experience, was doing the personal interviews for both divisions. And they were a whole fun breed of people because they just were so, you would have thought they knew each other for a lifetime. They were so quickly like bonded with each other. They even said, just let you know, if it's one of us, you take all of us with you to the next pageant to have them as a judging panel, which is cool to see. And it was nice, that panel. And I think Rob even had, I just want to give Rob, Monica, Michael, thank you for having us all there, having me there to do my thing. I just want to always give you a shout out. But they're talking about how they strategically are picking. It's not like, oh, you could do this, you could judge. Now there is like a list, and you'll see during orientation too. There's a list, and it's like you have to check the boxes, and they want to make sure this is the best person for the job to pick the person for the job. But it was just really cool to see that the bond that they have. And I'm not kidding you, because I stood outside during personal interview laughing all the time. They were having such a good time with the contestants, and it's a testament to what the interviews probably felt like as a contestant, because they made it feel warm and inviting, as opposed to how you're saying, Tracy, like very like, okay, you have to be very polished and say your spiel, your resume,
Yeah.
which you still do, but in a you way, right? Was there anything, Tracy, that you wanted to talk about during your personal and that was like you made sure you reminded yourself before you went in?
Well, yeah. I mean, because I had such a great experience the year before, and I was like, oh, that's what they want to do. So, like, I'm not saying don't prepare, but it's like you go in and you talk about things that were not even on the radar, and you're like, oh, I didn't get to say the thing that I wanted to say. But for me, the thing that I made sure that I wanted to say that I squeezed into my closing was to encourage them not to look at the contestants that are here, but rather to look at the Miss Gay America organization as an organization and choose the best leader to represent that organization and to lead that organization through a transitional year, through a transition in venue, transition in ownership, and really look at it as a business, as an organization, and ask themselves, what are the boxes that a person needs to check in order to lead this organization, to be the brand, to be the face. And hi, it was me. And that's basically what I said.
Don't worry, I wrote it down. I'm going to say it next year. It's fine. Anya, so, I mean, and of course, Tracy, you looked absolutely amazing in your suit, and you just always put your best foot forward too. And you get that assignment too. Anya, so it was cool because everybody was there. I have to say, when you were there, Naomi came in. Shout out to Naomi, who did an absolutely fabulous job being the first reigning Miss Gay America Femme 2025. And of course, Ivy Drip as well did an amazing job. She'd never want to leave anyone out. But it was really cool to see that before the interview started, there was like a whole fun moment where she was speaking to the contestants, and it just was a total different, like the veil was lifted. It was fierce, and just the circle. I think it was in one of the videos that we played for the highlights of it, but just, it was so moving, so inspiring. What did that feel like first, that circle of hug that everyone did together?
There was a real sense of community that existed amongst the femme contestants that I think is really beautiful. You don't really see it at other pageants, not the way that it manifested at Femme this year. And it put all of us at ease. I feel like one of the things that I treasure most from my experience competing this year is really the friendships that I've been able to develop with my co-competitors. I think they're all incredible people, and I can't wait to get to know them even better than I already have been able to thus far. I can't wait to see them hopefully return, because I think all of them would be incredible symbols of excellence.
Yeah.
And I just want to spend time with them and get to know them better. And I just really loved the experience, both backstage, on stage, in the audience. We were all really collegial and friendly and supportive of one another.
And I saw that. So, I mean, you looked amazing going into personal, always, as usual. Put your best foot forward as well, too. Was there something that was there a mission statement for you? Was there something that you wanted to make sure that you communicated to the judges? Maybe not only just to show who you are, but to stand out?
Yeah, for me, what was really important to convey to the judges was that the Femme division provides a huge opportunity for advocacy. And the reason that I say that is the opponents of trans people more broadly try to consistently and effectively drive a wedge between cis women and trans women, to suggest that trans women are these monsters that go bump in the night, that otherwise are trying to occupy spaces that have traditionally been held and manifested for cis women. And the reality is, the Femme division provides an opportunity for all people who identify as feminine, whether they are AFAB or AMAB, to compete together and to celebrate femininity in a way that I think is really empowering. And it doesn't have to be competitive in a way that is toxic. It's competitive in a way that is extremely positive. And I think it dispels a lot of the fears and rumors that our opposition has that suggests that being a trans person somehow maintains an unfair advantage against, against cis women. And so what I really wanted to convey is there's an opportunity here to share a story. And the story is that there is a space for all women to share together. And given the political climate in which we're all operating right now, and my background and experience as an advocate and as an educator, that I feel that I'm well equipped to go ahead and lead us forward as both someone who understands that messaging and knows how to tell a story, whether it's a story involving cis people or a story involving trans people. And it doesn't necessarily have to be my story, but it's a story that needs to be told, that we can live harmoniously, that we can work together, and that this desire to create division and hostility amongst different groups of people is just completely unnecessary. We have more in common than we do, differences.
You said that so eloquently, and I mean, and obviously, but also like I was there and I understood that with having cis women and trans women competing together, I didn't necessarily realize the full scope of that until you fully eloquently
huge.
That. And and brava to the system to
absolutely.
it. And of course, brava to Naomi to be the trailblazer, to create the space, to then now that legacy is going to continue forward and just grow bigger and better, and it's just cool. So thank you for sharing that. So when you walked in, did you just sit down right away, or did you kind of let them take the look at your beautifulness, that you were crisp? So.
I said hello to all of them, and I sat down and we began talking. And it began with just generally a summary of who I am as an individual, where I grew up. And then there were some very deeply personal questions. I remember how Aunt Vancy asked me about how I came to realize that I'm a woman. And I said, well, I think I always realized that I was a woman, but I didn't recognize that I was different until about the age of 4, when I began attending school and other people began seeing how I expressed myself authentically, and it horrified my educators at that time, who then alerted it to the school's administration, and then all of the parents found out about it. And the next thing I know, I was in conversion practices from about the age of 4 until my early teen years. And it was a really vulnerable moment that I was sharing with these judges.
Yeah.
And
but
an important story to share.
Yeah, you literally just what I was going to say. It's very important to have that message of, because that's what makes you who you are, in the great things too. Yeah, it's very traumatizing, I'm sure, but it just makes you the stronger person that you are today, to be able to sit in that chair and communicate, I'm sure, eloquently, your experiences. So, and thank you for sharing that as well on here too. So, all right. So interview happened. You both slayed the interview. Did you both? Now I know, Tracy, you got an award for interview. Did you get an award?
I tied with Divinity Cruz.
You did.
But look, of anybody that I want to tie with, because I know that lady can talk. I have a whole thing about Divinity Cruz. That's literally my role model, icon. That is who I want to be. And I broke down in tears and I told her that during the night of I was like, I just want to be you. But yes, me and Divinity tied for best personal interview.
Yeah. And then I thought you got an award for interview too, Anya. Was that for? Yeah.
They can talk, baby. Words. They got words.
But you know what though? This new season coming through, no presentation, right? And then there's more scoring within the interview, which I think is a beautiful thing, because you are going to be the face of the system, and you are going to have to talk to people, and they will, you're going to have to speak and talk and engage. So I think it's a very good move for the system.
And if we're going to be the system of, we are not just drag performers, we are administrators, we are facilitators, we I think it's important. It was such a great move, and I know it's been talked about for a few years now, but I think it was such an important move because one, the contestants spend so much money on presentation, and
Right.
literally, at least in my division, 40 of them don't even get to
Right.
share that fully with the world and with the judges. And so from a cost perspective, a great move, but also taking that 10% and putting that toward, of all the categories, personal interview, I think is so important because we have to be the people that are out there connecting at all of these state and regional prelims. We're talking to promoters, we're talking to contestants, we're talking to other partner organizations that are coming in to help the Miss Gay America organization. And so I think it was a really smart choice to take that 10% and put it toward personal interview, because that's the system. Like it's so not about who has the prettiest gown and like all of this, which is all important, but it's like we're looking for a well-rounded individual. We're not even looking for a well-rounded entertainer. We're looking for a well-rounded individual who can go out there, yes, perform well, yes, whatever, but at the end of the day, somebody who can lead the organization. And I mean, you have a lawyer, you have somebody with a PR degree. It's like, and I'm not saying everybody needs that, but it's like, that's the thing that I think this system needs to be looking at is who are the communicators who can tell those stories. And again, not even your own story. Like Anya said, it's humbling to be representing so many other people's stories, and at least for me, being able to shepherd those contestants to being able to craft that messaging and craft that story all the way through to the national level to where they can best represent themselves and their brand and be able to tell their story in each of the categories. And again, the best vehicle for that is personal interview. Yeah. And so it's great that that 10% went to the interview score.
So we're now, why don't we just segue to gown? What can we talk about your inspos for your gowns? Maybe, did you both change your gown? Well, yeah, did you both wear two gowns? One for the preliminary one and one for final?
Yes, I think we both switched.
You did. So what was your, let's talk who made the gowns. Let's dish. Anya, who were you wearing?
So for final night, I was wearing a creation by Nathaniel Keene. Nate Keene is a designer in New York City. He's also a costumer, a brilliant, brilliant costumer who's worked on a number of Broadway shows. And after seeing the incredible gown that he created for Felicia Savage when she competed for All American Goddess, I immediately reached out to Nate and said that I was extremely eager to work with him. And I was lucky enough that he took me on as a client. And we spent several weeks really discussing just different ideas about what I was seeking. I knew I wanted a full steel-boned corset inside my gown because I wanted to be snatched as much as possible. So we also talked about how to build that steel bone corset first and then construct the gown on top of that corset. I also knew I wanted 3D applique, and I knew I wanted it to be monochromatic, and that I really didn't want to wear green because everyone assumed I would wear green because I'm a redhead. And so I chose sapphire or ultramarine blue because I knew that it would also be really striking with my red hair. And I know that people have many different opinions about my gown, but I felt incredibly beautiful on that stage in my gown, and I wouldn't change a thing about it.
Yeah. And you know what, though, whether everyone likes their different cups of tea, right? But you just said it best. You felt incredible in that gown, and that shows on stage, and the judges feel that. So you're selling the garment, whether it's a trash bag. It's not. I would never say that about your gown, but like whatever you're wearing, if even if it was a sheet you're wearing, if you're feeling your moment, you're selling it. But
I'm wearing burlap for the step. No, I'm kidding.
I you said trash bag after you just talked about this beautiful gown, but here we are. So that was your final night gown?
That was final night gown.
So what about your preliminary one? Was that the
So
one that you wore?
prelim gown, I was actually going back and forth between gowns because I brought 2 other gowns with me. We ultimately decided on a chocolate vermicelli beaded gown with volcano stonework on it. And it's a beautiful gown. I'm not sure. Yes, and my final night jewelry was 3D printed, as Dan mentioned. Sorry. But the chocolate gown is stunning. I think if I were going to do it over again, I probably would have worn my gold and topaz Giovanni, which is built on mesh, and I actually wore that at the victory party following the pageant. And it's probably a gown that I love a little bit more, but I chose the chocolate one for prelim night. Still felt really beautiful in it, but
you looked great.
Thank you.
You look great all the way through, as well as Tracy. Tracy, what was your inspiration for your gowns?
So, evening gown is my least favorite category. It's my weakest category. I never know what to do. I'm like, I'm a dude. I don't like like feeling puss. I'm like, what? No, like, can we go back in the interview room? Because that's where I really shine. Hate gown. And so I said, screw it. I'll just go down to Houston and get me a custom Christina Ross. And then I'll go to Chicago and get me a Monique V, because it was like, okay, if I feel good in it, then maybe that will come through, because it's like, it's always been such a weird experience for me being on stage modeling gown, because I'm just like, I don't know. It's so weird, right? It's weird.
Yeah, it's hard sometimes.
Yeah,
trust me, I still to this day don't know where to put my hands. Don't know.
Yeah, it's like on the hip. Where's your hip? Like I like, it's so bizarre. Trying to be a soft feminine woman like Anya.
Here comes Anya, just like gracefully.
I know, just like, oh, it's so pretty, like floating, and I'm over there stomping around in my gown shoe. You know what I mean? So my prelim gown,
beautiful, by the way. You looked absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. My prelim gown was a Monique V. It had these like cool like sleeve, like it was a glove, actually. It was a full glove with like some kind of boning to make the sleeves come out with like show. And here's the thing, I only shave my chest once a year, and that's for this pageant. And so I was like, Kalea, get your little contour brush out, baby. Mama needs some titties. So I've never worn anything strapped. Like, it was such a different thing for me. But I also wanted to go the monochromatic route with that, of like just a red, because I also noticed a lot of girls from the year before, like you look at the top 10 and like I had like a deep blue gown. There were a lot of like nudes and lavenders and soft pinks. And I was like, I want to go out there and like have a bold color. And so I loved working with Monique V on that gown. And I didn't score super high in it, but I knew that I felt that my prelim talent score and possibly my interview score was going to get me into the 10. So I was like, as long as I don't go out there and fall on my face and I just feel good in what I'm doing, great. And then and then I also knew that going into final night, should I be lucky enough to make the 10, I had this Christina Ross gown that I had shown people, and literally everybody I showed it to was like, oh my God, you could win gown in that. And I was like, meh. And so it's like this like nude and purple, like just stone. Oh God, nasty.
Didn't it have like a whole beautiful like?
Oh yeah, it's all nasty work from Miss Christina Ross. But fun fact about my hair for that, I had hair by Athena Sinclair from Hair Witch, and the day before, it was the Thursday evening, Athena texted me and said, how much do you trust me? And I said, depends. She was like, I don't like I have your hair. And again, Athena lives in Little Rock.
Yeah.
And so I was totally comfortable getting the hair from her there. Like I did not need to like have it on my head before. It's fine. And that happens all the time where people will show up with your gown or with your hair. Like it's scary, but it depends how much you trust that designer.
Right.
And so she was like, I think we should change your hair. She was like, I've been seeing what you've been presenting all week, and I've been looking at the video of your final night gown, and I think the hair that I made for you is actually going to age you in a bad way. Yeah. I think you need something sleeker, because I wanted to do an updo. I'd never done an updo. I've never worn an updo ever in my life, but she was like, I think it needs to be a little sleeker. And she wanted to kind of like recreate the kind of swirly likeness of the purple into the wig and have it come down. And I was like, okay, I trust you. So she literally made my gown hair the morning of final night. I got it a couple hours before the 10 was announced. I put I got it in my hotel room, and whatever. And then literally on the night we cut the late and put it on. And then one of the judges told me, Barbara Seville just said, Athena needs to learn to mind her own business. You be quiet, lady. That lady helped me win the pageant. But one of the judges told me the next day, they were like, when you walked out in that hair with that gown, they were like, and it was like, okay, trust your designers. Yeah. If you have that kind of relationship with them. But yeah, it ended up being going in hating gown, that always being my weakest category, to me getting second in gown on final night, because who could top Barbara Seville? Well, a lot, but in that situation. And it was the most beautiful I'd ever felt in drag. And I been getting so many critiques about go faster, go slower, show more personality, be a little more poet, just so many conflicting things, and I couldn't figure it out. But I just went out there and had fun and watched. I kind of tripped on it a couple times, but I was like, I'm just gonna keep going because I look so damn good. And yeah, I just went out there and had fun with it. And it's it's one of those things where it clicked, and I was like, oh, you have to walk on stage like you already have the crown. Yeah. That's the vibe. You have to walk on stage with the confidence of, I'm already Miss Gay America, and I just need to walk out in this gown and show them. Mm-hmm. And so that was how I approached it. And it was oh, I love evening gown now.
Right now, everyone's going to be like, okay, well, what is your favorite evening gown? It's not in it.
Baby.
Can I just add one additional thing, actually? And it's something that just occurred to me as we were talking about gown hair, because you mentioned that Athena did your hair that morning, and my mother, Coco, was sculpting my hair backstage right before I went on stage. But the realization that I had was you and I both had family with us backstage. And I think that's a really beautiful thing that kept us grounded throughout the entire time that we were there competing, was we had people that we hold very dear to us right there with us the entire time, who were expressing to us what their thoughts were, and also listening to our needs and ensuring that we remained really who we were at our core, or who we are at our core. And I think that made all the difference for both of us. And
truly having people who I think for both of us, were our safety net.
Yes.
Of
very much so.
I trust this person to not just not let me go on stage looking like a fool. Of course you need that kind of dresser and that kind of energy in the room, but also somebody who understands you as a person, who's seen you at your highest, at your lowest, who knows when to whack you with the brush and be
and she does
get it together. You know what I mean? Fully.
Yeah.
And so for me, Kalea is so much that person for me, who has seen me just at my highest and at my lowest, and so can keep you in the right mindset, but also has the skills to sew you into your gown, to help re-zhuzh your hair and all that. And it's really special to find that person, because there are people who are just fantastic dressers. There are people who can draw, but it's something more for your spirit than it is for your drag to have that there. So like, thank you for naming that, because yeah, like we did have people back there who were our biggest fans, but who also knew how to whip us into shape whenever we needed that.
And they both did not leave your sides the whole time.
No.
They
Mine was competing in the femme division.
right.
Top 10. I was like, what are you doing?
And her hair, I can't even with her hair.
And she does all her own hair.
When I can't even with that. I mean, Anya does it too. Of course, because I love a good Jessica Red, and you do the same thing with. I can't. It's flawless. The both of you do it flawlessly. And Tracy, you look always amazing too.
I'm fine. It's fine.
I keep knocking on my badge thing because I'm just so excited talking to you. So I do have a question. Have you talked since then? I mean, I'm assuming you've chatted a little bit since the crowns have been on.
The two of us?
Yeah.
Yeah, constantly.
Yeah, we talk probably every day. I think we talk every day. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right. Either over text or we'll do a FaceTime call and we'll talk.
Yeah. Whenever Anya really means business, I'll get a little and like it'll be a little FaceTime and I'm like, she's either gonna sing to me or she's
I love that. I think it's just it's really cool to see, because not only like you both were picked, you were picked for the job, the best people for the job, but also like the way that the judges have picked now the two of you that are perfectly melted together is fabulous and magical, actually. And it's just going to be a testament to what it's going to be like all year and just supporting each other. And I got to see a little bit of that, or a lot of it, with Naomi, Ivy, and Christopher, just having that fierce three come together, and then now it's just organically happening again. It's just it's just awesome to see.
It was really strange for me, and like one of my like aha moments like for Miss Gay America was the next morning after I won, and of course I was still like on another planet, like trying to pinch my like what is going on. And then I went to the final night meeting for Femme, as like I had this, and I was like on the other side of the thing, like with Michael and Rob, and like I was like, ooh, she's a big girl now.
Yeah.
You were in the orchestra pit.
I was in the orchestra pit, right, baby? The violin section, the string section. And it was such a crazy moment because they were like, Tracy, do you want to say something to the Femme contestants? And I was like, sure. And so I started talking, like, of course, I was just blacked. I'd been crying. I was on this emotional roller coaster. And I was just like talking to them. And then as words were kind of in my mouth, I realized like, wait, one of these people that I'm talking to is going to be my best friend. And I don't know which one. And it honestly got really scary for me because I was like, I don't know hardly any of these people. One of them is my partner. You know what I mean? Like it was such a weird thing. And I was just like, whoever walks away, I'm with the crown. I'm just so excited to see what our relationship is going to become and what we're going to be able to accomplish together. And I mean, there were a lot of different types of women there. I mean, a lot of different personalities. And so whenever Anya was crowned, like I had seen so much of the pageant because I like as a contestant, you still want to see as much as you can and you want to be in all the rooms. And I was even there the day that the Femme contestants were doing interview because I was like, I just want to go and like see what they're doing. And like, I was just a contestant, like I wasn't even like a top 10 or anything, but I was like, I just want to go and like get to know these girls and like see where their heads are at and just like, yay, we're doing this together. It's so fun. And so I got to kind of know each of them for the most part. And I just remember when Anya was crowned, I thought, I was like, this is so correct. Like, this is going to be so correct because, and like, it's totally like no shade to like any of the other contestants, like obviously, but it's like somebody who is so intelligent and intellectual and really understands like the world as a big picture and is so like objectively looking at humanity. I knew that we were gonna click, and it's been so cool because like yeah, like we do talk every day. We do, and like even if it's like something stupid about, I don't know, we talk about stupid stuff. I can't share any of it.
Please
here.
don't. Please don't.
You guys, I already have so much dirt on Miss Gay America fan.
Write it down
I
so we can
can't wait.
dish.
Oh, I'm writing a book, baby. The book deal is going to be insane after this. But like, it's so cool for us to like have conversations about like gender identity and like who do we want to represent and bring into the Miss Gay America system, and what is drag, and who should be included in that, and like to have those conversations, but then also like stupid little memes and stuff. And it's like we haven't even had orientation yet.
That's what I was
together.
literally just gonna say that.
And I just like I'm just excited that you and I get to be the two people, and then whoever our husband's gonna be, baby, because we don't get to pick our husband. Ain't that some BS? But whoever our husband's gonna be, like, we get to take over the world however we want to do it. And it's so cool to have somebody on that journey with you, because for the longest time Miss Gay America kind of existed as this one sole person, but it's already such a beautiful relationship, and I'm just so excited to see it blossom from there.
And I think, and I'm not to cut in, but here I'm just going to wedge myself in between your relationship right now. I know that America will be watching too. And it's just really cool. It's just cool to see it organically happen already. And just, I'm excited to see your journeys together, as well as separately as well, and just doing your things, because you both have so much to bring to the table to make a change, to continue to raise the bar for the system, and to be that nurturer for the contestants, and just really set everybody up for success. So I can't wait to see it all.
Come on, sister wife, let's go.
I can't wait to show you around my hometown.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
So I'm looking at the clock, and we have just been keying forever, which is fine. We're here, we're living. People are watching, and everyone's loving you up in the comments. By the way, if you're just joining for the first time, please hit that share button, because the more people we bring in, the more people we have fall in love with the America system, just as much as we do. So please hit that share button. So I want to quickly just talk about talent and your inspos for talent. Anya, I know you have a fabulous voice. And you performed with Liza Minnelli. I don't think I forgot that. But so what was your inspiration for? Now, did you do the same for both nights? The same song, right?
I did. Yeah, I did an aria from Puccini's Gianni Schicchi. The title of the aria is O mio babino caro. It sounds like, a lot of people think it's extremely romantic, and I frequently refer to it as the soprano national anthem, because every operatic soprano learns this aria at some point. And the funny thing is, like, the backstory of this aria actually involves a daughter trying to manipulate her father into helping a wealthy family ensure that the estate of their dead relative lands with that family instead of a seminary, so that she can marry the man that she loves. And so the story is basically her saying that she's going to throw herself into the Arno River in Florence if her father doesn't help this family essentially commit fraud.
And this is what you were singing.
This is what I was singing.
We saw that whole storyline play out while you were doing your talent. We saw all of that happen.
So it's just funny, but it's, when I think about the preliminary, I actually sang a musical theater number. And I remember during my interview at the preliminary, I actually discussed the fact that I studied classical voice, and I was encouraged to go ahead and make a switch based on the judges' feedback. And so I will say that judges' feedback is really gold. It's really important that everyone reviews it, considers everything that they're sharing, because they really do want to ensure that you're presenting your most authentic, best version of yourself. And so, you know, that feedback was received mid-October, and then I made a huge shift from what I thought I was going to be doing at nationals to doing a solo talent aria, and coming up with the concept in like a month and a half to ensure that I had enough time to produce it. But like, I'm really happy with how it ended.
And you looked stunning in the dress you were. It was just, the whole thing was just perfect, and you looked.
Thank you.
amazing.
Well, it comes back to family though too, because my brother designed and stoned the garments that you saw me wearing for talent. One of my gay brothers designed and stoned the garments you saw me wearing.
Yes. And, you know what? And then I love that, because it's that labor of love, family love. Like, I love that. I love that. I'm all about the family. So I guess to switch up the question with it. So you did great. You have a beautiful voice. Were you nervous about, you know, committing to your preliminary and your final night using your vocals? I know you're very trained and talented, but you were even saying it was dry in Little Rock and all these things. Like, does that run through your head as you're preparing to get onto the stage? Like, am I going to be able to get this all out the way that you want to do it? And were you practicing during the week?
I was practicing during the week. If you were on the 8th floor of the hotel, you could hear me vocalizing and running through the aria. And I will say that the reason I chose the aria I did was strategic in many ways, because it only goes up to an A. It doesn't go, like, it sits in middle to high soprano voice. It doesn't go all the way up into certain stratospheric notes. And so one of the reasons why I chose it was because I thought to myself, even assuming I get sick, even assuming I have any technical issues, I'm going to be able to land this.
Okay.
And it'll sound decent, if not incredible, just because I know that's my middle register. So had I sung, because what I really wanted to sing was another Puccini aria from La Rondine, but it didn't make sense to sing it because that has floated high C's like several times throughout the aria. And I said, it's gorgeous. I can do it, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to land it if I'm sick. So I kind of played it safe with the aria that I picked. But it's an aria that I love. And I was terrified going out on that stage and singing live the first night.
Well, the stars definitely aligned. It was wonderful. So
Thank you.
And I look forward to hearing more of the beautiful voice of yours too. And I want to see you dance too. I want to see you do some dancing.
At some point, we'll see. Do a little hip slap here and there.
Perfect. Yeah. So Tracy, so you did refresh my memory. Your first, because of course was your final night number, preliminary night number. What did you do?
So my prelim number was the same prelim talent that I did last year.
Okay.
Which is the talent that I also should have done final night last year. But baby girl was not ready for the 10, didn't even know what to do. So I was like, I'm going to change it, but like, whatever. So I knew that it was a good number with like me, like basically telling my life story, and changing the words to That's Entertainment to Her Name is Tracy, and like really just getting my whole life story out there through like a one woman kind of number. I also played the piano, which I know my Ohio boys are so grateful that I won the crown so that they never have to bring that piano back out on stage. Shout out to Brian and Joey and Vivi and all of them. because I was the only contestant and they were so mad. They were like, are you doing the piano again?
It was a topic of conversation.
Baby, it takes 8 full-grown men to move that grand piano at the Robinson Center.
So was the preliminary night, was that a track or was that you sing? Were you singing?
That was me singing, yeah. And then like I also played the piano and stuff, and it's basically just like an introduction to Tracy. And like my strategy, and I mentioned it earlier when we were talking about interview, of like I give them all of that and just give them Travis and Tracy, and like I was a news anchor and I did this and I'm from Louisiana and oh, I play the piano and oh, I do blah, 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 blah. So that way the next morning when I walk into interview, they already know who they're about to talk to and they just want to dig deeper.
Sure.
And we don't have to go through all of the career stuff and oh, how long have you been playing the piano? Like it doesn't matter because I've already shown them that and we can just dig a little deeper. And so that's kind of my strategy for that. And I kept that same talent. I didn't really change anything from last year. And then my final night talent was something. It was something. It
was something, girl.
It was something. So I always sing and I always do like a one woman thing. And I've never had backup dancers. I've never had a whole production because my whole, like, whenever I started doing pageantry, the person who bullied me into doing America, basically, Kiana Davenport Jade, was like, just go and do what you do in like your one woman cabarets. And I was like, no, like that doesn't make it, like it didn't really make sense to me. And it was like, yeah, like you just get on the mic and you just like sing a little bit and you talk to them and you sing a little bit more and you talk to them and like, and it really just didn't click for me. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to do my whole like song and like, I'm going to change the words to Roxy from Chicago to Tracy. And I can like change a little bit. And I did that for my regional for Miss Gay Gulf Coast America. And I had a few little quips that I said to the judges, like rehearsed things that were kind of off the cuff to the judges. And during my critiques, Ivy and Naomi said, are you doing that same talent at nationals? And I said, no, like I'm going to come up with something bigger and like whatever. And they said, no, do that. They were like, when you just started talking to the judges, that was insane. And I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, like I guess that kind of does make sense of like my day job. Like I'm just like, I'm a talker. Like and like when I get on the mic and I'm in drag and I get a little sassy and like whatever, like that's the talent. And so I came up with this whole thing. And then it was like, okay, I'm going through subcategories. Okay, what am I gonna do to check off this box of the subcategory? Okay, what am I gonna do to check? And then I said, wait, what if I just went through the subcategories with the judges and told them how to score me and gave them no reason to score me low? Right. And so I was like,
smart. Oh. And you were the first to ever have done that.
Yeah. And so I was like, let me just like do a deconstructed talent performance where I just say, hey, judges, I am aware, like I'm breaking the fourth wall right now. I'm a contestant in a pageant. You're judging. Hi, good to see you. Let's get me a crown tonight, okay? You want to do that? And like just to get them on board. And for me, the scary thing was because I had showed like the video of it with like a demo track to some people, and they were all like, that is bold, that is and I was like, I know, and they're either gonna love me or hate me. And so I actually during like the week I was going back and forth and I was like, do I change it? Do I do my same prelim talent or do I do? And then it got to Friday and I said, you know what, I have something really ballsy that I'm gonna do. And for me, and it's like one of the key things about the America system, it's like just go and leave it all out there. It's like I would have hated not doing that talent and then been like, what would have happened if I had done that talent? And so I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go out there and do it. And literally 30 to 45 seconds into the talent, like until then, I was terrified because I went out and I was like, okay, this is either really going to land or it's really not going to land, because you make all these plans and then what you don't know, like the piece of the puzzle that you don't have is the energy that you have with the judges and the rapport you have with the judges and the energy and rapport that you have with the audience. So have I done enough throughout the week to build that relationship with the judges and with the audience in general? Are enough people in this room, Team Tracy, to where this is going to land?
Right.
Or is this going to fall flat and come across as cocky and not like, so many things could have kind of fallen apart with it. And so I started it, and then literally like 45 seconds into it, the first little quip that I say is like, they're going to recognize my eyes, my hair, my teeth, fake boobs, and hose. Get it? Pantyhose, because that's in the handbook. And the whole front row, which is typically made up of like the reigning title holders, the promoters, and like all were just like freaked out when I said that one little thing. And I said, oh baby, they have no idea. This is about to get crazy.
Yeah.
And so I just said, F it. And I leaned into it, and I was like, we're just gonna take the talent category and just rip it apart, shake it, and like just whatever, because like that is Tracy. And I like just so like unapologetically like, here I am, and also like kind of like naming flaws and things. Like I missed a comma whenever I did a thing, and I was like, that's missing a comma. Like just like leaning into that, and like it just becomes so authentic, and that's what I was hoping would come through. And I've never felt energy like that from an audience
Cool.
ever in my life, and it was insane. And I could have walked off that stage and came right back to Tulsa, because it was like I did not hold anything back. And if I come in dead last in this pageant, I know that I went out there and I showed them Tracy. And if that didn't get me the crown, I'm proud of what I did and what I was able to do on the Miss Gay America stage that night.
Well, it showed, and the both of you, it just showed your labors of love and the visions that you had. You put it all out there, and it showed. And here we are today, part of the royal court. I'll just pretend that I'll just be the jester of the court. It's fine.
Yes.
As long as I'm in the royal court, I don't care. I'm in the circle, honey. So because I'm looking at I just want to like just say thank you so much for spending the night with me and the viewers at home, to just open up yourselves, your home, and just who you are. And it's just been a fabulous interview. I've enjoyed talking to the both of you so much.
Do you want to see the Labubu's?
Yes, obviously that was my next question.
Oh my God. It's like The Price is Right. What's behind that?
Oh my gosh.
Look at you, you psycho.
I love
Look at that giant one right up front. Oh my God.
I know, it's a problem. It
And
really
you know what
is
you
a
just did?
problem.
You just opened the door that you're going to be getting so many Labubus this year, hopefully.
That was her strategy. She did that on purpose. What do you think? It's just going to help to build her addiction.
I love it. So I would like to quickly talk about what it felt like we already know what it felt like when you got crowned. You woke up the next morning, and I know, Tracy, you were like pinching yourself. Let's talk when you woke up at home. What did it feel like? Where's your headspace? Did you feel still overwhelmed with great feelings, or were you like, okay, let's hit the ground running. Let's like, we're gonna get organized and do the reign.
I'll let you go first, Anya.
I mean, I don't want to speak for both of us, but I will say that I think from my perspective, you and I just, we hit the ground running immediately, and we began reviewing promoter lists, contact sheets. We identified areas we wanted to expand, and, you know, Tracy and I are working on that zealously. To a certain extent, I would say there's even a competition about the most exotic location that we can identify for a preliminary.
Baby, I'm so excited about Miss Gay Hawaii America. Can't wait.
You need an anchor there, period.
We'll fly you out, babe.
We're gonna make it happen. And
I love it.
you know, I mean, I think aside from that, my thought was, I need new garments. I need more jewelry. I need more hair. I need to talk with my team at A4TE. I need to talk to the university. I need to figure out how I'm going to balance all of this. And yes, Puerto Rico America is going to happen. Absolutely. As is Hawaii America. We're going to have beautiful tans by the end of this race.
Oh my God.
And, but you know, so identified what garments I wanted, began purchasing shells and then a whole bunch of E6000. And
she's still high, by the way. I just need you to know that right now, that Miss Gay America Femme is high out of her mind right now.
I am not high out of my mind right now.
I'll tell you, the red E6000, that'll get you, gal. That'll get
Have I talked to you about the Fabrifuge? We're going to talk about
you mentioned that
we're going to talk about it because it doesn't have that odor.
Okay. And
shout out to Natalia Masters for hooking me on the E6000 Fabrifuge.
Yeah.
Stoning party, here we come. So thank you again. Thank you. Oh, Tracy, I'm sorry. Please. What did it feel like?
Like she said she didn't want to speak for both of us. That's literally what I did as well. It was like, okay, I had a very like long, good conversation with the has-been Ivy Drip, who, by the way, called me like 2 weeks later after she was recovering from her nose and everything, and like was just like, hey, I've been wanting to check on you, but I literally just got my first full night's sleep last night. I was like, girl, you're fine. But like just like had a long like conversation about like whenever you all of a sudden have this job out of nowhere, and especially, and it was kind of something that me and Ivy connected on, of like, whenever you show up and then you just get it. And it's like, you're juggling the thought of, I'm not ready for this, and I'm so ready for this. And so like, exactly what Anya was saying, it's like, you are going through all the processing of like, oh my God, like what's happening? This is crazy. And like your phone is blowing up like crazy. Like I still have messages that I'm trying to get, like, it's insane. But then it's like, you wake up and you go, okay, I have to get to work, and I have to, and like, for me, the biggest thing was trying to get all the prelims scheduled, because I am retaining my full-time high level executive job that I have to be around for things here. So it's like, I need to get dates. Okay. And like, I always try to be ahead of like my promoters of like, hi, can I get the promoter list? And they're like, shouldn't you be sleeping? And I'm like, no, baby, I need to get my dates. So like, I needed to get that spreadsheet with the contact to send an email to all the promoters of like, get me your dates, yada, yada. And then in the same boat, I mean, I'd mentioned it earlier of me only having done drag for 3 years, having done pageants for under 2 years. It's like, I got to build my closet. And so like reaching out to people, trying to make deals with people, again, thank God me and Blair Williams are the same size. I was like, lady, whatever you've worn more than 4 times, send it my way. And so, yeah, like just trying to get your ducks in a row, because I think for both of us, we know that this is the calm before the storm. And so as much like grunt work that we can get done now. And like, I already have a spreadsheet of whatever new gown I'm getting. Thank you, Drag Factory, for reaching out and being like, we're going to get you a new gown at every prelim. And I'm saying that now in public. So Justin Tyler, baby, you better come through with all them new gowns for all them prelims. Okay. For Miss America. But it's like, what gown am I wearing for what prelim with what number? Like trying to figure all of that out now, because I know once my prelims start at the end of March, like literally in just over a month, it's just going to snowball. And then I'll hit that peak in like August, September, October, and then it'll be time for my give up. So it's like, I think for both of us, it was like processing all of those emotions, because it's so much, and literally nothing can prepare you for what that feels like, and just how loud everything is, and like literally flames on the side of my face, while also kind of at least for me, like dealing with the imposter syndrome of it, of like, what did I, that, like, it's me, like, it's such a weird feeling, but then being like, okay, I have a job to do though. So I've been operating under the mindset of not worrying about the how and just worrying about the what. Like, what? I am Miss Gay America. How will I do that? I will figure that out. But I'm Miss Gay America, so I'm not going to worry about the how. I'm just going to do the things that I think I need to do right now, using all of my skills to get all my ducks in a row, because me and Anya have a job to do, and it's a big job, and we're going to have a lot of eyeballs on us. But the cool thing is that we can do it our own way. And like, there's a handbook, but there's not a playbook. So we can make this whatever we want. And so a lot of it is also kind of thinking that of like, what do I want my reign to be? Like, what kind of Miss Gay America and Miss Gay America Femme do I want to be? What platform do I want? What stories do I want to tell? And so it's also a lot of that too, of like kind of sitting with yourself going, like, how am I going to do this? Sure. But like, what am I going to do? Right. And we don't know that yet because we're just starting on this journey.
Right. Well, I'm so excited to see your whole journey, because I'm going to be there every step of the way with the both of you, and whomever should fulfill Christopher's shoes as well. And I know that person's going to be just a perfect match as well. Thank you so much. I can't thank you for spending all this time with me and the viewers at home, and just taking time out of your busy day to keep my dream alive of Let's Get Down to Excellence, which is something I'm very passionate. It's a labor of love for me, and you just are, I'm just so thankful and grateful for you being a part of my show. So as a tradition for Let's Get Down to Excellence, as I wrap up the episode, I always ask the guests that are on to let the viewers at home know their meaning of excellence. So I'd love to, not to put you on the spot, but I do want the viewers to, because I'd love to do the now and then that and the later, what your meaning of excellence is. Anya, can I put you on the spot and have you go first?
Sure. Excellence to me means daring to live unapologetically as yourself, as an LGBTQI plus individual, at a time at which all the powers that be are efforting to silence us, erase our stories, and pretend like we don't exist. And so anyone who has the courage to stand up and say, this is who I am, I'm not apologizing for being me, and I'm showing you who I am and expressing all of my authentic self for you to take in and either accept and embrace or reject. To me, that's excellence.
Thank you.
You're going to make me follow that, Morgan.
Sorry.
She's a freaking attorney, for God's sakes. And you had her go first. Wow.
Listen, I know you can always rise to the occasion as well.
It's okay, because I won on Stage Q&A too. I won that category too, girl. No, I think for me, excellence is well-rounded. I think it's somebody who understands all the facets of this job, not just the drag or the entertaining, but understands the administrative side, understands the humanity of what this is and what this represents. It's so much more than just going out there and looking pretty and wearing a crown and whatever. You're helping to build people's careers. You're helping to shepherd people to understand the power in their art and the power that they have as human beings that they can express through their art. And just being a well-rounded individual who has the excellence in all of the boxes that you have to check whenever you have this job. And like the little Miss Gay America theme song says, like, all the elements, like it's somebody who encompasses everything of what it means to be a drag performer and entertainer, a fierce LGBTQIA plus person and ally and friend, and like just somebody who understands the scope of this position in a well-rounded way beyond just playing dress up and wearing a pretty hat on your head.
Yeah. I think you did wonderful. No, thank you so much. You two are just absolutely incredible. And I'm just going to say it one more time. I'm just so excited to see your journeys this year and just what you're going to bring to the America system, but just also what you're going to bring to our community, because, you know, you have your voices and they're being heard. And I know you're going to make some more great changes within the community too. So thank you so much. So this is the end of the episode, and normally I bid you adieu and then I say goodbye to the viewers at home, but this is a very special episode because you are the reignings Miss Gay America and Miss Gay America Femme. So I'm just not going to bid you adieu. I would love nothing more than to have the both of you say goodbye to the viewers at home with me, your girl, Morgan, anchor of excellence. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight to Let's Get Down to Excellence with the Royal Court. The reign has begun, and I know that you're excited to see their journeys. Please reach out to them, send them all the love, and please follow along on my journey at Let's Get Down to Excellence. I have so many fun ideas and things that I'm going to be doing this pageant season as well, so please stay tuned with your girl, Morgan. But Anya, Tracy, let's bid them all adieu. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
everyone.
We'll see you all throughout the year. Excited to come into your communities and wreak havoc. Can't wait.
Thank you. Love you all.